Good morning to all. I am Dr.B.Angelin, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology at Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Now I am going to discuss the topic about pointers and arguments. This is the contour. What is the pointer? References, passing by value, garbage collection, null pointer exception, friend function. What is the default arguments? Characteristics, default arguments. What is a pointer? In Java, pointers are not directly exposed or accessible to developers as they are in languages like C or C++. Java was designed with a focus on simplicity, safety, and platform independence, such as abstracts away low-level memory management details, including direct manipulation of memory addresses. Instead of pointers, Java uses references to objects. References are similar to pointers in that they hold the memory address of an object, but they differ in how they are managed and accessed. In Java, you cannot perform arithmetic operation and references or access memory address directly. In Java, references are a fundamental concept used to interact with objects and manage memory. References allow you to access and manipulate objects indirectly by holding the memory addresses of the objects rather than the object itself. Here's a closer look at how references work in Java. When you create an object in Java using the keyword, memory is allocated on the heap, and a reference to the memory location is returned. This reference allows you to access and manipulate the object. Passing by value. In Java, all arguments to methods are passed by a value. This means that when you pass a variable to a method as an argument, a copy of the variable value is passed to the method, not the variable itself. Understanding passing by value is important for understanding how method arguments behavior in Java. For arguments of primitive types, int, double, boolean, and etc., the value itself is passed to the method. Any modification made to the parameter inside the methods do not affect the original variable in the calling code. Garbage collection. The garbage collection is a process in Java memory management system that automatically reclaims memory occupied by objects that are no longer in use. The Java virtual machine has a built-in garbage collector that periodically scans the heap memory to identify and reclaim memory occupied by objects that are no longer reachable or referenced by any part of the program. Null pointer exception. In Java, a null pointer exception is a runtime exception that occurs when you attempt to access or reference a null object reference. It typically happens when you try to call a method, access a field, or perform an operation on an object that is currently null. The meaning, it does not refer to any actual object instance. Friend function. In the context of programming language like C++ and Python, a friend function refers to a function that is granted access to the private and protected members of a class, even though it is not a member function of that classes. In C++, the friend keyword is used to declare a function or class as a friend of another classes. This allows the friend function or class to access the private and protected members of the class that granted friendships. What is a default argument? Default argument, also known as a default parameter or a feature in programming languages, that allows function parameters to have a default values if no arguments is provided when the function is called. This feature is particularly useful when you want to provide a default behavior for a function, but also allow callers to override the behavior by passing their own values for a certain parameters. Characteristics. Optional parameter. Default arguments provide a way to specific parameters that are optional when calling a function. If no argument is provided for a parameter with a default value, the default value is used instead. Default arguments allows you to define a default values for parameters directly in the function declaration. These default values are used corresponding arguments. Thank you.